fully vaccinated individuals, and again, as a reminder, that's 2 weeks after your second dose, if you're getting a 2-dose vaccine, or 2 weeks after your 1 dose, if it's a 1-dose vaccine, means that you can safely gather without masks indoors, touching people as close as possible with other fully vaccinated people, or even with unvaccinated people if they are at low risk of getting severe COVID or being hospitalized from COVID. So that means that grandparents can get, if they're vaccinated, can get together with children, grandchildren, or their own children, if those children or grandchildren don't have any other comorbidities or immune problems or other conditions that would put them at risk for getting severe COVID. So that is incredible. That's indoors, eating meals, hugging, kissing, anything you need to do. If people, especially the adults, are fully vaccinated, it's an incredibly low risk situation, not no risk, because children, as we know, who are not vaccinated, have been lower likely to get disease or to even get sick in any way, even if they catch the coronavirus, but it's always possible. So basically 15 and under are unable to get a vaccine today. The current 3 authorized manufacturers are all in trials or have completed enrollment in trials for children under the age of 16. We do expect to see some vaccine opportunity possibly as early as late summer, early fall for the 12 to 16 age range. That will be helpful. But right now, people are going to have to make decisions about getting together. If you're in a household with mixed vaccine status, it's worth doing 3 things. Number 1, understanding who in your unvaccinated population or who that you want to get together with in the unvaccinated population could be at risk. And again, it's people with chronic conditions, obesity, smokers. Number 2, having a very honest conversation with anybody you're getting together with about who's vaccinated and who's not, so that everybody understands. And then number 3, keep the gathering small. So the key is, and what does small mean? Small means no more than 2 or 3 households. When you start getting more than 15 people together, that becomes a little bit larger. There's been a lot of concern about people trying to have a medium-sized gathering. There's no direct guidance on what that number is, but usually anything with 25 or more people is still discouraged at this point. And it's because of what I mentioned around 1, not knowing the vaccination status of every person, but 2, also looking at patterns of the disease moving from high risk areas to low risk areas and these patterns of travel. If you are thinking you really do need to do something, absolutely consider having this outdoors. And again, giving people who might be traveling for any event warning about testing before and testing after, and even potentially quarantining before and quarantining after.
Every time that there's a surge in travel, we have a surge in cases in this country. We know that many of our variants have emerged from international places, and we know that the travel corridor is a place where people are mixing a lot.
Here's why, though, you should consider, even though it's safe for a fully vaccinated person to potentially get on a plane and go to travel someplace to meet another fully vaccinated person, 2 things to consider. We are seeing rises in cases in certain parts of the country, which is very concerning as the entire country is opening up and loosening restrictions. So you could be, even if you're fully vaccinated, potentially part of an unfortunate pattern where you're bringing or transmitting or carrying virus to and from high and low risk areas. We know that that risk is low if you're vaccinated, but we're still, and the CDC is still encouraging to minimize travel. But we still are seeing recommendations that when you're in public, no matter what your vaccine status is, to continue to wear a mask, to continue to distance until we get enough people in the country vaccinated to get rid of those things. According to the current estimates, about 15% of the country has been fully vaccinated. And so we still have room to go for getting everyone eligible and vaccinated. So until that happens, and the majority of Americans are vaccinated who are eligible, we need to still practice public health measures because unfortunately, we don't carry our vaccination status, on our shirts.